Hello, hello. Why y'all up? Y'all supposed to be asleep. Don't you people have bedtimes? You guys are crazy. Take your ass to sleep. Take your asses to sleep. This ain't gonna be long. I'm tired as fuck. Literally just got out of the theater. Let's get right into it. Only thing y'all care about is who dies. Tony dies. Black Widow dies. Vision stay dead. Old Gamora dead. Past Gamora alive. Okay. Let's get right into it. Um, where do I begin? Okay. So Hawkeye shooting arrows with his daughter. His family disappears, and then what else? What else? Um, shit. Wow, really forgot just that quick. It's a lot to take in. 3 hours. It's a great movie. It's a great movie. No hate. I'm a DC fan, but this is a great movie. Um, a lot of people are mad because Sam is new Captain America. What the fuck is up with that? Why can't Captain America be black? Mo- There's a segment of movie reviewers out here that are upset because Cap gave the shield to Sam. Cap does not die. Cap decided to take Tony's advice and go live a life with Peggy. Okay. Okay, so let me gather my thoughts. Because there's people in there actually crying, and I'm sitting here like, really? You crying at a comic book movie? I guess. Um, so it was Nebula and Black Widow before she dies, and then Thor. So they all. Okay. So they go looking for Thanos. Rocket Raccoon says, "Hey, heat energy signature showed up 2 days ago on this particular planet." They go to the planet. Of course, they got what's her face, Captain Marvel. She's such a. It's clearly obvious what they're doing with Captain Marvel. They gave her the butch haircut. Let me say that right now. They gave Captain Marvel the butch haircut. You know what I'm talking about when I say that. So they go to the planet called Garden, is what Nebula says he's called it. They go confront Thanos. Thanos is all jacked up from using the Infinity Gauntlet. They put the mitts on him. Uh, the stones are destroyed. Thor gets upset, cuts his head off. Okay, that's the first scenario. Then boom, 5 years later, everybody's moved on and dealing with the passing. It's like the TV series. What is it? The Lost, not Lost. Um, the Missing or something like that. You know that it was like HBO series when all these people just went missing and you had to live life after that. Right. Okay, so they're dealing with their lives. Black Widow runs the Avengers. Captain America does a support program. Oh, another part of the indoctrination from Disney. One of the directors is in the movie. I think it's Nick Russo, right? And he's telling his story about his date with his boyfriend. Did y'all catch that? I say, did you catch when the director put himself in a movie and was talking about the date with his boyfriend? I say, did you catch it? Did y'all catch that part? Probably not. Okay. And then so and then who else? Who else? Scott was in the quantum realm for 5 hours, turned into 5 years. A rat triggered the controls. The van was in an impound. He doesn't know what's going on. He's looking for his daughter. He finds his daughter. Of course, she's 5 years older. Um, Thor, funny. Thor, grief, self-loathing. He becomes fat. Keek, I think Keek and the little creature, they're on Fortnite and they're arguing with kids on Fortnite. Funny, that was funny. Uh, so Scott comes up with the idea that they could try time travel through the quantum realm. Now, remember, I told you guys this on my live the Morningstar show. The quantum realm mechanics thing will be more and more prevalent in our lives. Okay, so they go to Tony. Uh, Tony has a wife and he married Pepper and has a daughter, and he's like, "Nah, I'm good. I want to be a family man, spray up the family van, right?" And they show up. Cap, Widow, and Ant-Man show up at Tony's place. Hey, we got this idea that the time travel through the quantum realm Tony's like, it won't work. I got a family now. Blah 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 blah. So Tony secretly works on a plan. In the meantime, uh, everybody else is working on the tunnel. That's what they call it, the quantum tunnel, right? Okay. So then Tony says, "Okay, I changed my mind. I'm gonna help." Blah 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 blah. Right? Okay. So then they come up with a plan. Uh, Three teams will go get the six stones, different time eras, whatever. A lot of time traveling back and forth between the New York battle in New York, and then one Black Widow and Black Widow and Hawkeye go to Volmir. They get the Soul Stone, and then Cap and Tone. I mean, listen, it's a lot of time travel. It's a lot to take in. Here's one thing that I caught that I'm sure no one else caught. When Thor goes back to go get the one Tesseract part from his from Jane, his girlfriend, he meets his mother, and he's talking to his mother, and her mother says, I know you're from the future. The future has not been kind to you." He's like, "Oh, mom, it's just me. I'm not from the future." She says, "I was raised by witches." Nobody caught that. Frigga, Thor's mother, said she was raised by witches. This is how she knew Thor was not the Thor that she knew from the future. Okay. So they get the stones, right? They all meet up except Black Widow because they go to Vormir to get the Soul Stone. Of course, got to give up a soul. So Black Hawkeye wants to sacrifice himself. Black Widow does it. He's like, "Let me go," because he jumps over the cliff at the edge, and she shoots him with the harpoon string, whatever, and they're hanging off, and he's holding her. She's like, "Let me go, it's okay, let me go, let me go." So she pushes off the fucking side of the cliff, and she falls to her death. Whatever. Um, Moving forward, they create the gauntlet. The Hulk uses the gauntlet, snaps it, messes up his arm. Whatever. I don't know. Nebula, the key to Nebula. Somehow, her being in close proximity to her original self, memories and consciousness got transferred. So Thanos picked up when 2014. Thanos was like, "Okay, something's going on." Pull her memory, and so she ended up with the consciousness of her alternate self, future self, right? So that's how Thanos was able to kind of stay ahead, keep abreast of what's going on. Oh my goodness, what am I missing? What am I missing? What am I missing? So they got the gauntlet. Thor shows up. No, not Thor, but the fake Nebula, the evil Nebula, switches places with her other Nebula. Um, the part when they went back to catch Peter Quill before he stole his stone was funny because he's still playing the Redbone song, "Come and Get Your Love." That was funny. Um, Stark, Tony met his father. That was interesting. Um, Cap saw Peggy. Interesting. Okay, so then they get the stone, they get the gauntlet, they fire it up, right? And then Thanos shows up, blows up the freaking compound. So this war ensues, right? Um, Thanos is putting foot to ass to everybody. Now, I will say this: I had a wager going on with some of my subscribers. We were all wrong. We were all wrong. I thought when Thor can kill. No, Thor killed Thanos, second Thanos in the very beginning. The last Thanos version got dusted off. Dusted. Okay. So I had a wager. We were all wrong. Captain Marvel didn't do what I thought she did. She did. She blew up the ship. She blew up Thanos' ship. And then at one point, there was a one-on-one between Captain Marvel and Thanos. She was getting the upper hand until he got one of the stones and punched her in the face. Okay, but for the most part, we were all wrong. Yeah. Okay, so then they're trying to keep the gauntlet away from Thanos, right? And his horde of henchmen. And so they played this whole huge game of keep away, right? So then whatever. So then they all got dusted, and Thanos and his crew, and then it's just Cap. He's like, And then he hears Falcon. He's like, Cap, on your left. And then, Doctor Strange comes, opens a bunch of portals, and they all come through. Everybody that was resurrected from the dead, or whatever the case may be, in this huge battle ensues, blah, 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 blah. So then Scarlet, Scarlet Witch is giving Thanos problems. She has him pinned up in the air, whatever, and she's crushing his suit. And he's like, yo, fire, have the ships fire. And the guy says, well, they'll fire on our own troops. He said, I don't care, just start firing. So the ship starts firing on everybody and on the ground, whatever. Everybody's getting shot up. It doesn't matter, friend or foe. Then here comes Captain Marvel out the sky. Because then the ship starts shooting at the sky, and it's like, what are they shooting at? Oh, there's something that just entered the atmosphere. Here comes Captain Marvel. She blows up the ship, right? And okay. So Scarlet Witch get. Oh, the one shot that I didn't care for towards the end, we had all the women, all the female Avengers all come together. Oh, that was so cute. You had Valkyrie and Gamora, Nebula, and uh, Captain Marvel, and all the Pepper Potts in her rescue Iron Man suit. So there was this one shot of all the women. Oh, of course, old girl, uh, Black Panther's right hand woman, and they all charging the battle against the guys. I was like, oh my fucking god. Okay, great. You got your girl power moment. That's great. Um, so then Thanos had the gauntlet. It's surging through his body. Then they take the gauntlet off his. I don't understand how they were so easily able to take the gauntlet off him twice in literally 2 minutes in this movie, and where they couldn't get it done the whole time through in Infinity, through the last movie. You know what I'm saying? Does that make sense? That makes sense to me. Uh-oh. I gotta adjust the ankles. Um, so they got it off his arm, and then it's Cap. Then it's Tony versus Thanos. Thanos has the gauntlet on. Tony somehow finagles and takes all the stones off the gauntlet, puts it in his suit. Of course, he does the snap and ends up killing Tony in the process because he's a human. It was touching. This is his final moments when Peter Parker is like, "Oh my God, Mr. Stark, Mr. Stark, Mr. Stark, Mr. Stark," right? And then Pepper, goes to him. She's like, "Look at me. You can rest now. We'll be okay. You can rest now." He's breathing. He just dies. I was like, "Oh shit." I said, "That's fucked up." And of course, the white people are crying. hey, 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 no diss to white people, but y'all was crying in this movie. the, the white the white women were crying, dog. I was like, "Oh my god, are you serious?" So he fucking dies, right? And they have the funeral, and everybody shows up for the funeral, and then she has the wreath with his original arc on it and places it in the water and shit. And there's a moment between Happy and his daughter. And man, what else happened after that? I ain't gonna front. It was a good movie. It was a great movie. Um, it was a great movie. I will have to put this one over Civil War. Oh, okay. So then Cap agrees to go back and replace all the stones in each specific time. Okay. So then, it takes a couple seconds to come back. Cap doesn't come back. So then Sam and Bucky see this old man sitting on the bench. So then Sam goes up to the old man and this Cap. Cap is the old man. And, he's like, hey, I took Tony's advice and I lived that life that I should have done. And he ended up marrying Peggy. He gave Sam the shield. And people are losing their shits over this. And then it shows Cap and Peggy having that dance that he, was supposed to have with her back in 1945. God damn it, my camera is like, yeah. Um, like I said, it was a great film. It was 3 hours. God damn it, three. I never held my piss for so long. Three. Oh yeah, Shuri was in it, man. But I listen. I worry about Marvel moving forward because your team now is Thor goes to join the Guardians of the Galaxy. He names Valkyrie Queen of Asgard. The new Asgard is somewhere in Norway off a fishing village. Sounds very Aquamanish. Um, I worry about Marvel moving forward. Listen, I don't care about Captain Marvel. I don't care for Spider Man. I really don't care for Black Panther. I don't care for Falcon. Don't care for Bucky. Thor's going to be with the Guardians of the Galaxy. Don't care for Professor Hulk. I don't care anymore after this. Um, I don't. I do. Yeah, Shuri was in the movie for like maybe 2 minutes total. She got her little blaster arms and shooting at people. Whatever. I would. I don't know what Kevin Feige has up his ass, up his sleeve. I don't care moving forward with Marvel. I don't care about Phase 4, 5, and 6 at this point. I really don't care. There was a nice wrap up for for took them 10 years, 21 movies. One more thing. If Thanos is your guy and he's like your alter ego, it's time to find you another alter ego because he got dusted. His whole crew got dusted. Okay. So if you're one of those guys that like to use angry man, like to use the Thanos thing in your backgrounds and stuff, you're gonna have to find you another you're gonna have to use you gonna you're gonna have to find you another another villain. Let me see what else. Yeah, that's it. Like I said, great movie. All we all cared about, only thing we cared about who dies and who survived. Like I said, I don't care about Marvel moving forward. They wrapped it up very nicely, but moving forward, I don't give a shit. Um, I don't. So the Eternals, it could be something. If you don't bring on Silver Surfer and Galactus, it's a wrap. Doctor Doom's cool. I don't. We're already in space. We're already doing a cosmic universal thing and galaxies and stuff. It's time to bring on Galactus and Silver Surfer. That is it. So with that being said, I thank everybody for hanging. You guys are crazy. Y'all should be in the bed sleep, man. Y'all should be in the bed sleep. So let me get out of here. Um, it's a great movie. Great movie. 3 hours is. I don't think they needed 3 hours for this. They could have left out the gay date part. Um, some things they could have left out. Too much Hawkeye backstory. Too much. I don't care about his family like that. I don't. Um, no, no. There's some things they could have left out. They could have knocked off about 20 minutes off this film easily, easily. But I get it. You want to tie up all loose ends, and they did that. So that's my movie review of Avengers Endgame. I will put this on a movie review channel tomorrow. I gotta go to work in the morning. I'm tired as fuck. Um, yeah. So y'all have a good one. Peace.